Hello and welcome to this module where we are going to talk about toxins and trigger foods. When I say toxin, it is something that is not wanted by your body that causes some kind of a damage to your body. And the trigger foods are the foods that are either contributing to your disease or are causing much more damage to your gut. I'll do a detailed video on the trigger foods because it's an exhaustive list that we need to look into, and some of the foods that you need to eliminate from your diet starting today so that you will start feeling better from within. In this video, let's take a brief look into what toxins are, how to avoid them, and we'll also show you some of the ways of replacing your current toxic cleaners and cosmetics with non-toxic ones. All right, so I have already given you the definition of what a toxin is. Let's look at what a toxin does when it enters our body. All it takes is 26 seconds for a toxin to enter our bloodstream when we put it on the surface of our skin. Like for instance, if you put any cosmetics on your skin, like a moisturizing lotion or some kind of a makeup or whatever, it goes into your bloodstream. It takes about 26 seconds. It depends on chemical to chemical, but then some of the chemicals have been known to take about 26 seconds to reach the bloodstream. And there has been an interesting study done where they were trying to analyze how much of this chemical toxicity is being absorbed by women in America. And it turns out that women taken somewhere around 5.5 pounds of these cosmetic chemicals, and that is what is leaching into their bloodstream. So this tells us the level of toxicity that we are ingesting unknowingly from the products that we are using. So when I say toxicity, generally people think that I'm talking about the exhaustive fumes that are coming out of the vehicle because of the combustion process. But a lot of people know a little about the indoor air quality and how it is 6 to 7 times more toxic than the outdoor air qualities. A lot of people just shut their windows, do not allow external air to come in, which is adding to the problem. We have to open up our windows, we have to get ourselves exposed to the outside air. The longer that you are indoors with all these chemicals, the more inflammation starts building up in your body. Because a toxin, once it goes into your body, it starts creating a free radical damage. A free radical damage is something where this toxin strips out an electron from our healthy cells, damaging them. And the more damage that happens to our cells, that is when we start seeing more aging impact, and it hastens the process of aging. At the same time, it also increases inflammation within your body. So the moment you cut out the toxins, that's when you'll start seeing that your gut is getting enough rest and it starts healing itself. So like I mentioned, indoor air quality is 6 to 7 times more worse compared to the outdoor air quality because toxins are lurking everywhere. There are toxins in your furniture that you're using, like formaldehyde, which is a fire retardant, or benzene. There are toxins in the cosmetic products that you're using, like your toothpaste, shampoo, soap, conditioner, makeup, lipstick, all of that. Or there are toxins in the cleaners that you're using in your home. Like, for instance, the bathroom cleaners, the kitchen cleaners, all of that also have toxins. Along with it, there are toxins even in the utensils or the jars and the containers that you're using. Like, for instance, there is BPA, which causes cancer in the plastic. There are different grades of plastic that you can use, and some of the cheap grade plastic have BPA in them that leaches into it. Also, there are chemicals like PFOA and PFOS in non-stick cooking pans, which can cause issues as well. So there are a lot of toxins that we are unaware about, and this is one of the videos which talks about how you can swap some of the chemicals or some of the cleaners and the cosmetics that you're using with a healthy, better options. The general question that comes up when I talk about toxins is people assume that there is some kind of a governing wing in the government that takes care of uh, scrutinizing and filtering out these products. But the truth is, even though there is FDA, Food and Drug Administration in United States, it does not screen any of the cosmetics. There are about 80,000 different chemicals right now in use in the cosmetic industry, and little less than 2,000 have been ever screened for their safety. FDA always says that the safety assessment should be done by the producer, and they generally recognize all the products that a supplier puts in on the shelves as safe. So they gave them a rating of GRAS, which means generally recognized as safe. Now, what that means is, since every cosmetic or every product put on the shelf is generally recognized to be safe, only when the consumers like you and me find a problem with it, we are supposed to lodge a complaint. And when there are complaints that are lodged, only then some kind of a scrutiny or some kind of an inspection happens. Until then, they are recognized to be safe. So that's the level of toxicity we are getting exposed to. My intention here is not to create a scaremongering telling you that there are toxins everywhere and that we cannot do anything about it. That's not the intention. My intention here is for you to swap your existing products with a healthy alternatives. And while you're doing this, you will realize that you will start reducing the number of products that you're using. It happened to me. Like, for instance, right now I just use one soap for my body as well as even for my hair. There are many such products available on the market. You just need to research for them. And then I don't use any conditioners. I don't use any moisturizing lotions. All I use is cold pressed organic almond oil or coconut oil. Just take a couple of drops of it and rub it across, and that's good enough for me. And I don't even use any deodorants, because deodorants block your sweat pores. They do not allow your body to detoxify, which creates further problems. And if there is a lot of stink smell that is coming, it happens initially when you are detoxing. But once you detox and when you are eating healthy, you will realize and you will notice that you don't smell as much. Your sweat doesn't smell as much. But if it's a problem initially, I would recommend you to take a bath twice a day, morning and the evening, and that should take care of it. So try to reduce the number of products that you're using. And for those that cannot be completely removed, try to switch them to a healthy alternative. I'll show this on how to pick the products in the upcoming videos. All right. Have a wonderful day.